3, 2, 1.
So you wanna be a player, but you weren't too smart. You gotta hit Melt up to get a pink out of.
Greetings, Commanders, and welcome to an episode of
Pimp My Arc.
I really got to stop yelling that. Today we're taking a look at Sab's arc. S-A-B, like sad but with a B. Originally Sabrail. He is one of the oldest players in the game. Of course, he's not using his original account anymore. Sab is a 17 million power player from the Win X Guild, which is a proxy of the Win Winter Soldiers Guild, on the 805 server. Yeah, it's WinX, and he is actually one of the original players. He was he used to play a game called Deadwalk, which is one of 7 Pirates original games. And then once that kind of was dying off or ending, because they had 7 Pirates was partnered up with somebody else, and they started Arc of War, and he was originally on server 2. So the account he originally had was lost, but he rebuilt the account, and he's a guy in his young 20s, still in university, so he doesn't spend a bunch of money. But he does play a lot, and he said, I'm kind of looking for direction, Melt. Where do I go from here? Obviously, he's been playing a long time. Obviously, he's seen the meta change over the years, but he wanted me to take a look, and he invited me to invite everyone to, get behind the scenes with me. So let's dig into it. I want to say that every episode I try to focus on something, a theme, an idea, something to make the video useful to players of all levels, or if it's not that useful, at least it'll be entertaining. So today, Sab has collected all the resources to finally build his very first Titan. Bing! Oh, there goes your 10 Thunder. Bing! Okay, we have a Titan on the way. Now, while that's cooking, we will go ahead and let his allies help us out. So thanks for all the helps, boys. That took a day and 14 hours. Let's go check his stuff real quick before we get into all of his researches and mains and all that. So let's start at the space station. Okay, 302, and construction speed, research speed, training speed, soldier speed, craft speed. Okay, yeah, it's all pretty respectable. Nothing out of the ordinary there. I thought the craft speed seemed a little bit slow, so we'll check the research again there. Time and Space War, he is at wave 300. He is doing his mop-ups. He's not buying everything. He was short on cash, so maybe that's why he doesn't buy. I like to buy the magazines, all the free buffs. Yeah, it costs cash, but honestly, this stuff is free, and I just suck it all up. I mean, you'll use it. You'll use all this stuff. So I just burn through all of it. Grab anything with cash. Definitely the stuff for the metacrystals. So, all right. So done there. Let's see what else we can do. Let's check his research. We'll go right to research. We'll even ignore commanders. Go straight to research. Developmental. Aha. Okay, so we don't have research speed maxed out. That extra 40% is a big deal. 60 to 40. We're going to want to do that. And assembly line isn't maxed out. That's probably why his boosting speed was so long. Yeah, you want to get the extra 2 levels there, and it makes your Titans take a day instead of a day and a half. It's quite useful. Probably not worth the resources, but honestly, once you start getting into the advanced stuff, this stuff is so easy, you may as well do it. A couple million resources here or there, no big deal. The advanced stuff's hundreds of millions. Speaking of advanced stuff, he is on to advanced research, but he does not have tier 9 unlocked. He does have 10,000 unlimited crystals, so he's kind of at a point where he needs to choose a tech path. But, you do in tier 9 get to choose all of them. In order to get to tier 10, you have to choose all tier 9. So you're not really committed to anything too early on. So let's see where his basic infantry is. Basic research is. It looks like he is definitely mostly infantry, but not max. So infantry walker, primarily infantry. Still needs to finish that mastery. That is essential. The number one thing you need to do is this mastery and the second mastery right away. No more wasting time. Get on that this mastery right here. Max this out right away. So that's priority number 1 as far as research is concerned. So we haven't even got to his troops or army yet, but we're just giving him advice on research. There you go. There's that research. The reason is mastery is so important. It doubles your troop stats. It gives you the primary stats you need the most. If you get advanced troops, they're very expensive, and that research and basic research does affect your advanced troops. So the advanced research does not affect your tier 7 and lower, but your early basic research does affect your high tier. So kind of remember that. That's important. Okay, let's take a look at the commanders. 17 million power, so we're probably not dealing with too much leadership. Okay, we're an infantry main, so we're either a Stella or Neko main. 8,000 in Nekajiro, okay. Sniper, anti-radar, kind of low skills there. Ghost armor, not a great build. This is just kind of maybe his backup gear here. And then Stella, this is the main gear. Double Skywalkers, Eye of Abyss, Magiwell pants, Black Knight for tier suppression. Probably has a dodge chest piece here. Doesn't have the void, but Plasma's wearing the dodge chest piece. He's missing some gems. Maybe he's short on energy stones. Energy stones are so important. Let's see what we have in energy stones. Got a lot of those. We're hurting on gems. Oh, wow. Okay, so being that this is a mostly free-to-play account, remember, he's a young guy in college, still trying to save up and get through school, so he's not throwing a bunch of money down on the game. So he's missed out on a lot of opportunities to just spend and pick up some free energy stones, or cheap energy stones, I should say. So his gear is going to be limited on what he can play and how many commanders he can have, because energy stones are just hard to get. That means we're going to focus primarily on his Stella, and then maybe talk about what to do with his Plasma since he's infantry anyway, and it doesn't seem like there's any urgency to play Nekajiro. So we got a Hoodoo here. Ooh, a lot of leadership tied up in Hoodoo. Okay, so we're probably going to dump Hoodoo. We really don't need that much research in Hoodoo. You have tier 5 Hoodoo, which is great for like setting traps if your opponent is attacking with a huge stack of high tier and then Rangers, so every once in a while you could, get a bunch of kills there. But truth is that Death Rattle, Hoodoo's Death Rattle, if you only have tier 5, you are going to be tier suppressed. And if you're tier suppressed, even if you hit a huge Death Rattle on some Rangers against your opponent's high tier, they can tier suppress your tier 5 Death Rattle and it does nothing. So honestly, 26,000 leadership, we need to do something with it. It'd be a great place to put it into Stella, because Stella is a perfect main for this account. It's infantry, so Stella's the best infantry as far as PvE is concerned, and she's really good at PvP, even with early advanced troops. Not super late game, but this isn't a super late game account. So when he does get tier 9, Stella's still going to be good. With tier 7, Stella is amazing, and if he's trying to just kill event monsters for reagents or gold and stuff, Stella's the best choice. She can do it the lowest risk and punch through enemies faster than anyone else. Not only is she infantry for the highest damage per slot, but also her Wings of Eternity with a 60% chance lets her trigger more gems and attack more times. As far as his gear is concerned, yeah, he went with Skywalker, Eye of Abyss. 3 damage items, which is fine. Because Stella doesn't have a guaranteed hit, and he's not overflowing in gems, this is okay. Now that he is capable of getting Titans, no matter what, you will always run Titans instead of Skywalkers or Apocalyptors in the weapons. It's so much damage on the Titans, you're going to have them. So we're going to end this video by finishing that Titan up. By the way, I kind of didn't mention that. We're going to finish that Titan up, see if we can get a good one, or if he's going to be a member of the Bad Titans Club. We shall see. Bad Titans Club, leave a comment down in the bottom of the video, to sign in. What was your most recent Bad Titan? As far as helmet's concerned, the Valkyrie does give so much survivability, but it's better on Plasma because Plasma's bomb uses it for now. And I don't mind the Eye of Abyss because the accuracy is important. Even if he's running Gemini and Sagittarius gems, he's still going to need that accuracy for hit. So for now, Eye of Abyss is okay. That's a good choice. Yeah, no problems with that. Magiwell is kind of tough because he doesn't have the Void chest piece. Even if he had the Body of the Phoenix, it's not enough dodge to really make me comfortable to treat Stella like a proper dodging infantry commander. So I would consider Nixaw in a lot of cases. But if I'm only going for a 1-slot bus build, yeah, I'd probably just do the damage unless I was in danger of getting hit. So Magiwell's fine. Having Nixaw on the backup is okay as well. As far as this, Black Knight's fine. If you're doing tier suppression, fine. But get those Void, get that infantry Void chest piece. It's very nice to have. And another Titan. So that's what we're going to do there. As far as the gems are concerned, he's got Gemini instead of Sagittarius. And I asked him, I said, hey, so what are you doing with your Stella build before the interview? He told me what issues he was having to Stella. And I said, well, you obviously know that you should have Sagittarius. Why don't you have Sagittarius? And he's like, yeah, I don't have the gems. And I was like, well, why don't you just go to the shop and buy the Sagittarius gems? And he said, yeah, I got drunk at like 1 a.m. and I just started buying a bunch of random Gem 4s instead of buying pure Sagittarius. So he knows he needs to get Sagittarius. You can buy Sagittarius on Sundays directly from the store for 400 coins apiece. So farm that endless, get as far as you can, and pick up that Sagittarius set. So he knows what to do there. As far as this Hoodoo's concerned, honestly, I don't want him to waste any more time or leadership on that Hoodoo. That Hoodoo's gone. Boom. And we're also going to take this Nekajiro, and we're going to eat him too. All right, now, the problem with doing that, now we have 100,000 Stella. Wow, that worked out perfectly. 100,000 Stella. Very nice. Okay, now we got 100K Stella. Now we're doing business. Okay, I think he's trying to log into his account. If I do a Pimp My Arc episode for you, you can't log into your account. You've got to let me finish my episode. He just messaged me. Oops. That's funny. Okay, back to the episode. I wonder if he noticed he has 100K Stella now. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is we want to organize this lineup. So obviously we're only focused on Stella and Plasma, right? So I'm going to go ahead and deactivate and show you guys what I do because there is a strategy to choosing your commanders. Okay, so we're going to take Stella and make her active. And the reason we're doing that is because we know Plasma was in slot 3, but in the middle, right, in this tiered position, where my hand is right there, that's Stella, that's spot 1. Right here is spot 2. Spot 3 is next to Stella, and then 4 is here, and then 5 is way over there. I should really just add in numbers. But anyway, when you're adding commanders, they will fall into that organization. So normally I like to keep my strength and weaken gear in slot 2, and I also like to keep my strength and weaken commander in slot 2. So I don't put Plasma in slot 3 or 2. I usually put Plasma in slot 3 or 4. So for the sake of just what's going on in this video, I'm going to go ahead and throw up a dummy commander in slot 2, just a farming commander. We'll go ahead and make it Mia. And then for slot 3, we'll do another farming commander. And we'll put Rock there. And then for slot 4, we'll put our Plasma there. Where's our Plasma? There he is. All right. And then for slot 5, we'll do Grievous. Okay, so when you look back at this list here, you can see Stella's in slot 1, Mia's in slot 2, Rock is in 3, Plasma's in 4, Grievous is in 5. Okay, now what I didn't realize is that he does have some A commanders that are 3,600 plus or 3,000 plus leadership, which are better for farming because you can put more troops in a slot, making it so you can risk less. So I'm going to go ahead and find those commanders. Let's dump Mia, and let's find somebody with at least 2,000. That way we can carry some more troops. Now, let's fix our gear. Stella, done, done, done. Okay, and then this is going to be slot 1. Commander in slot 1, gear in slot 1. Perfect. That's our main. That's the most strict one. The rest of them can kind of be, you know, loose. They don't need to be too strict. Plasma's going to be in slot 4, so we're going to put his gear in slot 4. So that means, and there it is, right there. Okay, so damage, HP, dodge, HP. We do need to gem this with an energy stone. So you can just see his gear is lacking all around. He's missing Gemini here. He's missing Gemini here. He should probably do Sagittarius because he's infantry. And it's better on Plasma anyway. Plasma with Gemini is okay if he's fighting other Plasmas in an attempt to not blow up the entire slot. Plasma, if he double strikes, sometimes he'll kill some troops, and then the second strike will kill the rest of the troops, and the bomb will only hit half as much or whatever. What's his bomb at? Let's see, 39. So his gear's getting there. His levels are getting there. He needs to get his Quantum Blast at least to level 40. So we'll go ahead and take... Nope, we're not taking that up. He doesn't have the cash. Okay. All right. The rest of the gear here, these are just going to be farming commanders. We're not going to be using these guys to PvP, so we can just put whatever gear we have available on them. Since this is the second commander in slot 2, I'm going to put all the Swede gear here, and we'll just save it to slot 2 in the for the gear set. And as he fills in the rest of that gear, he can fill it up. So it looks like he doesn't have it here. We'll just go ahead and just put some just usable gear in there for the meantime. We'll go ahead and put his best gear, and that way the other gear will just be junk gear. You know, he's missing a lot of the backup gear here. He needs to pick up some basic legendaries just to have them for farming gear. I mean, they're not necessary, but they're certainly nice. All right, there's some more strength and weaken gear. So this is slot 2, the strength and weaken gear. I mean, we need a couple more pieces there, but that stuff's expensive, and this is not a premium, super expensive account. So that's going to be what we have for now. We'll just work up to it. When we get it, it'll be worth that much more to us. I mean, even though this is only a farming commander, I feel like taking his skills up to 15 real quick is worth doing because, you know, you're going to heal a few troops here and there. You're going to it doesn't take much to get your skills up to level 15 real fast, right? I mean, I'll stop at 13. We don't have that much gold. Woo, look at Mimic there. He's knowing all the old memes. That's the crazy thing about this account is it's one of the oldest players in Ark of War in 7 Pirates games. That's kind of crazy. But look what Insidious found out. You can type in 1 line. How annoying is that? That is super annoying. Okay, listen, I realize I just spent like 10 minutes talking about commanders 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 and their gear. And I think maybe we don't need to spend that much time. That's to be pretty common sense. Listen, this is the main commander. She kills all the monsters. She does the most of the PvP fighting. Plasma can trade troops. She has tier 7, so she can get into fair fights and do well with Plasma. He has the right weapons on. He could use Titans instead. The Valkyrie's best in slot for now. Chest piece is fine. Body of Phoenix is okay. I prefer tier suppression. Maybe in the future get that or use this instead of using it on Gilly. And then dodge pants are just fine. Combat plasma probably could use like fabrication or something, or bomb plasma would use fabrication or HP pants. But for now, this is fine with the option to switch over to Gilly's chest piece, the Black Knight there. The rest of the 3 commanders, honestly, they're just farming commanders. You're not going to really do much with them. You might put like Libra, 2-piece Libra and Black Knight on them and use them for tier suppression marches, but mostly it doesn't matter which commander it is, they're just for farming. So, you know, honestly, kind of ignore those guys. Just know that the gear is going to be commander slot 1, gear in slot 1. Commander slot 2, gear in slot 2. Simple as that. He'll want to finish out his Swee gear. But I wouldn't worry about Gilly skills, Golem skills, or Grievous skills. Just use them as farming commanders. End of story there. Now, we have 100k Stella because we got rid of that Hoodoo. Now, I liked that Hoodoo because he's good because this is primarily a PvE account. This may only be an 18 or 17 million power account, but he can really fight in actual daily quests, and he can compete in monster kill events. He just got to be willing to do the fighting. So just because he's not the biggest PvP arc in the game doesn't mean he can't play the game and have fun. Remember, there's a lot of different ways to play this game. This game is massive. It's a huge game. A ton of commanders, a ton of troops, a ton of money can be spent, and a ton of different quests and events going on all the time. So it's a massive game. I think a lot of people forget how huge this game is, but one of the reasons we still play it after all these years is because it has compelling gameplay in a very weird sense. And I don't want to get derail this too much, but I will say we will look back on this game and games like it and say, man, that was a crazy time to be alive when cell phones first came out and everyone could have a base on their phone all the time, 24/7, and then they let you started spending money to protect it. But anyway, going back to this account, we have 100k Stella now, which is awesome, except for the fact that you need a lot of tier 7 to fill 100k Stella. So what do we have? Autofill. Okay, that's not right. There we go. Load troops up. So we have about 50,000 leadership worth of tier 7. We've got a lot more tier 7 to build. And we have a lot of tier 2, but only enough for the front 2 slots. And the rest are rangers. I mean, there's not much army left here. So I think he said he'd been zeroed a few times on this account, which makes sense. We're missing a lot of troops there. But honestly, there's no reason that you can't just start farming resources like crazy. Yeah, Plasma with tier 4 is fine. And just start getting those tier 7 you need to fill up one slot. Especially if you want to like start killing, you know, Crimson Behemoth level 6 and 7 monsters for the gold whenever it comes around. That would be a big deal. But also you can kill 13 monsters all day with your Stella. And killing and during the monster kill event, and smaller monsters. They drop magazines and speed up too. So there's a lot of potential for this account, even though it's not going to be a heavy-hitting, high-tier account. All right, so what else would we do to this account to make it a little bit better? Well, let's talk about his arc hulls. He has Leviathan and he has Ares. Ares isn't a bad haul. It really isn't. I mean, you can make an argument for every other haul in the game. Armageddon, yeah, but there's a downside to all of them. Armageddon, Dominion, APOC, the Holiday Slay, the Diablo, the Gabriel. When I look at all these other hauls, I don't think most people should have them. I have them because I've spent money and I have a huge account. But for most people that don't spend, where should they really blow their equipment? This is an account lacking equipment. It could use some more equipment, by the way. Really, Stab, you got to just get some basic legendary for your farming commanders. But the Gabriel hull, I really only use this when I need a little extra strength and weekend. But honestly, I mostly just use it to heal troops in galactic battle because the soldier heal speed. Doesn't need to be level 20. You just need that soldier heal speed. Diablo gives you a little extra tier suppression, marching speed, and soldier carry capacity. I use this one when I'm marching ships, but this isn't a major PvP account. He doesn't need it. Hospital Slave, that one's worth getting when the Christmas event comes around. If you could farm that slave, that would be worth it. But just so you can have a bigger hospital if you have a big loss. The APOC ship has basically been replaced because the Dawn ship is better in all categories except Resistance Weekend, but it's easier to get now. Resistance Weekend is much easier to get because of Ghost Mask and the Shadow chest piece. The Dominion Hall is just for training troops, really. The Armageddon is kind of just like for defending with a 1-slot bus commander because it has extra carry capacity and trigger rate, but overall it's not necessary. The one thing I would focus on is get Dawn. You're going to have a Titan soon. You have the pure crystals. You need to get yourself a wild rose, which are going to be easier to get because they've been available 3 times now. And then the APOC, you already have it. So pick another APOC up in the weekend mobilization, and then pick up a wild rose next event and build yourself a Dawn. And don't worry about the other halls. Just bypass all of that. Pick up the Sagittarius gems on a Sunday when you have a bunch of coins saved up. So keep hitting that ace 3 or 4 times a day. Just get your team, go into ace, choose somebody, skip replay, boom, no, boom, no, boom, no. I think our plasma needs gear. There we go. That'll be the difference right there, boys. Obliterate, no. So he probably hasn't reset since last weekend. There we go. There's a win. Oh, man. If we had one more, we get some bonus coins. No, and no. Okay, so we'll refresh now. They should be a lot easier. There we go. So start stacking those coins up. Start getting your Sagittarius gems on that Sunday. And that'll solve that issue. And where do we go from here? Well, all right. I want to give a special shout out to Insidious. You've been a big fan of the channel and a big supporter of the channel. And I appreciate what you do. Shout out to the Red Dragon Society, one of the original Ark of War guilds. You guys have been around since the beginning. And let's finish our Titan, and we'll wrap this video up. Oh my goodness. One day, 3 hours. Remember, a maximum roll Titan is 60. Minimum roll is 30. So we want to get 52 or higher. 52% or higher is a good Titan. 45 to 50 is serviceable, especially on an account that doesn't have a ton of money to throw around. But anything less than 45, and we're hurting. We are hurting big time. So we've got plenty of speed ups. There's a 24, there's a 3 hour, and let's just burn a 15-minute, and here we go. Our Titan is ready. Oh, there it is. There it is. Oh, man. All right, guys. Let's do the drum roll. If it's less than 45, put an F in chat. Everyone give this video a thumbs up for Sab for letting us do this to his Ark. Congrats on your 100K Stella. To end the video. Oh, 39.8. That's less than 40, boys. It's bad. Well, hey, Sab, congratulations and welcome to the Bad Titans Club. I'm the president of the club, Melt, and you are our newest member. Honestly, this Titan is horrible. By the time you level it up to 20, it's going to be 120%, which isn't too bad. It's still serviceable for probably your Plasma and Stella because you only have that. Considering that an Apocalyptor at level 20 is 90%, the Titan would be 120%. It's only 30% more attack, and you're giving up accuracy. So this will probably be the Titan you used for Dawn, and I am truly sorry about that. And anyone that has conspiracy theories about what items you use to start the Titan and how fast you speed it up to change the effect of the stat, it has no effect. So we've buried those a long time ago. All right, the one more thing I'll say, and then we'll wrap this thing up. Make sure you have your investments running all the time. I called Sab out on this because I didn't want to embarrass him. Remember, these investments, guys, if you max them out every day, make sure they're maxed out every day, you will get 1,000 gold on average. I think it's like 32,000 gold a month or 42,000 gold a month. It's substantial. It's your free 24-hour shield a day. You have to keep your gold invested here. He said he pulled his gold out to do something during the event, fine, but get this gold back in. That is like #1 priority that I always overlook on people's accounts. I'm assuming they all do it because it's crazy not to. And the research tab. All right, advanced development. Force field is amazing. If you're going to be PvPing and attacking capitals and other arcs, this makes it so that you can't be speed hit for an hour once a day or once every 4 or 5 hours. You can be unspeed hittable. So if someone does want to hit you, someone big wants to try and zero you real fast, you can have plenty of time to respond, warp, shield, whatever you want to do. So focus on getting that next. Now that you're bridge 21, you've got a ways to go to 22, but you do have a lot of good stuff unlocked. So start building up that tier 7 army, rebuild your ranger meat shield and some tier 2, and get that Sagittarius gems and that Dawn haul, and you have yourself quite a haul here. So I hope this video was helpful. I think there's a lot of people out there that are still on tier 7, that are coming up on tier 9. They don't know where to go from here. This is a good look at what I would do. Stick with Stella, keep Plasma, let the rest be farmers, and get to work. Help the guild out. Get out and do those individual and guild quests. Hit that mobilization on the weekend. And kind of explore the game. See what else it has to offer. It's not just high-level PvP, which it kind of feels like sometimes. A lot of players that watch this channel only worry about Galactic Battle and the high-level PvP, but there's so much more to it. So everyone, thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.